my live demo guy, Dan Peak. Where's he? Is he in here? So Dan Peak has a history of doing this shit. Live demo. And,
Not well.
Maybe he was actually the turn to shit fairy. Let's see how it goes. All right. So we're going to do some live demos of an application that we've launched as BroadSource. My name's Hayden Faltine. I'm the CEO and co-founder of a company called BroadSource. We do a lot of work in helping service providers innovate and power their collaboration clouds. And today what I want to do is to bring to you a CPaaS application that we've launched with a number of service providers. It's in the area of security. It's a CPaaS security cloud application that we've launched. It's in the area of PCI compliance. And think of the demo I'm about to show you as the combination of fintech meets telco, meets UCaaS. And the ability for us to be able to secure phone calls, the millions of phone calls that are running around on your UCaaS networks that contain credit card information. And with PCI DSS compliance from Visa and MasterCard and others coming hard down on merchants, we see this as an unbelievable opportunity to deploy a mass market application for service providers to be able to differentiate their UCaaS offerings and to move revenue from the financial credit card payment industry towards the UCaaS revenue stream. And we'll take you through all of those things in a minute. So let me unlock my computer. Let me try and get my screen up. Let me go through a couple of slides quickly. How does that look? So, this is an application that we've developed that is aimed at a service provider who has a B2C customer base, large franchises around the country who take a lot of direct interactions with consumers. So think of your large franchises in automotive, in medical clinics and the like, where every day their staff members are taking credit card payments, but not within the context of a call center environment. So think of receptionists in medical clinics. You know, think of mechanics inside a Goodyear dealership who's just about to take a credit card payment for $1,000 worth of new tires. And so we're targeting kind of a long tail, if you like, in a very, very simple interaction between the customer and the merchant. But before I do that, who in this audience will be prepared to hand over their credit card details to a gentleman like this? Anybody? Not one person, Joe, not even your son, right? He didn't even raise his hands. So we know as human beings there's an issue here, that often we run around the world handing over our credit card details to people we don't even know. We might like them, but we don't know what they're going to do with those details, right? And so what we've developed is a technique to be able to combine the power and leverage the APIs that exist inside the UCaaS environment. Take the APIs that exist in unified comms and combine them with the APIs that exist within the financial markets, those payment gateways that millions of websites are using today to perform financial transactions. So combine those two assets, deliver them via a CPaaS application which has infinite scaling, which is built based on APIs, and offer that as an API to the developer community to embed the ability to secure a phone call real time in a unified communications environment for merchants in travel agencies, in very, very large multinational hospitality membership schemes, for example. So this is about a combining of capabilities across existing technologies, reformatting it, rebaselining it into an economical way to secure phone calls in non-call center environments. Office accounts teams, retail points of sale. We all know that every once in a while we get asked that question, what are your credit card details? We want to make a deposit for something, we want to put something aside. Massive risk to merchants, to business. The exposure to them when their staff take card details by phone is enormous. Their cybersecurity insurance premiums are going up. their cost of audit is going up. And this technology, we hope, can collaborate with service providers and the UCAS offerings and make this a unified communications-centric solution to the way in which calls are being managed by merchants and their customers.
Show us how it works.
Okay. Let me
again.
go through it. Let me close this.
Yeah, I need that photo for my demo as well.
So, every merchant, there are millions of merchants around the world who have payment terminals, virtual payment terminals like this one. It's where they put the credit card details in to transact with clients. The difference about this particular implementation is the big blue button. This big blue button here is the simplest implementation of our CPaaS cloud. It's where in which we connect the telco cloud with the merchant facility. And by a single one button, we're able to secure the UCAS phone call. So let me, DP's gone, so I was going to be forced to use WebEx calling to do this demo, so I've got that set up at the moment. This is my WebEx calling service back in Australia. Let me call my mobile here, an outbound call between my WebEx service in Australia and me as a merchant, me as a patient, let's say, who needs to now pay for my telehealth consult. So I've established a call between the merchant here in Australia and a customer who's a patient. This merchant, that's, for example, is a receptionist in a medical clinic who is chasing up a payment for a telehealth consult that's just occurred. So the idea now is that instead of just taking those card details before they're allowed to take those call details, those card details, they must secure the call first. So what I'll do, having logged into this application with using my WebEx credentials, simple single sign-on architecture, I can now secure this phone call as a merchant before I'm allowed to be able to take card details from the patient. So I've gone through the motions of creating what we think is a very funky call flow to be able to now be given the right to put a few card details in, like the amount, the reference ID, and the name on the card. And here's the second change. Instead of the merchant now typing the card details into their payment terminal, the customer, just using the keypad on their mobile phone, is able to type their card details in by the conversation that I'm still having with the merchant. So I don't know whether you can hear the microphone here, but I've got a call up between the receptionist and the customer and the patient, and now the patient enters their details. And you can see their details are now masked to the merchant. So I'm just typing in my 16-digit credit card number and hit hash. The application's checking for legitimate application. I now put in my expiry date. I'm putting my CVV as a customer. And now the merchant can confirm the transaction details, hasn't asked for any details, and submit the payment to the bank. And that's it. So we've been able to combine the networks, have the customer enter the detail, not the merchant, and in effect secure any phone call across any UCAS network, not those that are specifically confined to a call center environment. And that's it. That's the demo.
All right. So our cueing the video for radio is the next one. Clark, what was your impression here on the BroadSource?
I mean, there's a few things I like. I'll say, the mass market appeal, right? I mean, it's really a broad market. You can go after. It's using a lot of existing technologies, the APIs of the fintech side, the APIs of the telco side, just really being an integration tool there between them, right? Using the tools that are already there on the CPaaS side with authentication to know who you are and the communication link there. So I think I liked everything about it except at the very end. I thought you were going to maybe have a cool factor where you take a picture of the credit card and then reads the credit card and puts all that information in for the customer versus having to enter it in manually, right? It says, yeah. But I do like it's secure the customer doesn't enter it, but if they didn't have to enter it, it'd be really fast and simple, right? Make the link, put the camera from the phone on it, and all of a sudden that information all uploads and you're done. One more cool factor step there. So, but overall, yeah, I thought it was great.
Thanks, Bob. Thank you.
Hayden, I love the product. I think security is the future, or the future of CPaaS. I had a few clarification questions. So do you view this, I know you guys sell other solutions, so is this kind of a cross-sell, upsell type solutions that you see monetizing right away into your existing installed base, and can other UCaaS providers think of it as that type of product?
Yeah, certainly for us, we're privileged to be connected to a lot of UCaaS networks around the world, and thank you to our customers for that privilege. So it's kind of a launch pad for us to be able to help them, not just inside their networks, but let's work together external, outside the network and work to subscribe. So we think we've got a great launch pad with our tech. We're privileged to connect to the call control of these networks. So this is an application that capitalizes on their call control analytics.
Are you able to mention any customer names?
We've unlocked a number of deals with our friends at Cisco and the WebEx calling side of things. We're working as a WebEx calling partner. We're coming across many opportunities to move customers to cloud with WebEx calling. One of the key criteria that we're finding in every single request is are these extensions PCI compliant? And so we're working with people like Corpus, who are a $200 million sort of membership company that look after the rewards program for a call. And they've got 570 people around Asia, 25 locations, that call their customers to renew their memberships every year. And every one of those calls needs to be PCI DSS compliant. And so our CPaaS application is sort of unlocking that WebEx calling deal, and we're applying secure calling across that.
Excellent, excellent. All right,
Thank you, mate.
thank you, Russell.